Welcome back to Bill's Bets and Beers. I'm Chad, the host. This is going to be a channel where I talk about Bills football and doing some player prop bets as well, probably once or twice a week. They're going to be kind of lengthy, like probably 5 to 10, 5 to 10 like parlays, just to make the best out of the buck I put in. I only put $5 to $10 in, and if I can make $1,000 off it, that'd be awesome. Also going to be doing some tasting and ratings of tasty brews in the area. Try to keep it local, just some local breweries around central New York. Also doing some mainstream ones as well. Just some of the IPAs that I like and just random ones across the board. So let's get into the topic today. I'm sure you saw the title. It's Ram Stampede through the LA Rams. The Bills Stampede through the LA Rams. Honestly, I think it's going to be a generally close game throughout the game, but I think the Bills are going to pull through it at the end and have control mostly through most of the game as well. So for the injury updates for the game, it looks like Jefferson might be out for the game at this point. It's looking like he's not going to be able to play Dan Jefferson. So that's going to be huge for the Bills cornerbacks. But let's get to the matchups and we can go into that a little bit further. The first key matchup, honestly, let's just get the cat out of the bag. It's going to be Donald. Donald's going to be a problem. No matter who anyone has at the interior offensive line, it's going to be a problem for them. But I think Mitch Morse is going to be pretty good at holding his ground. He's been played well since he came here a couple of years ago. Then we have Ryan Bates, recently got a good new contract with us. I think he was coming off injury throughout the training camp, but I think he's obviously he's fine now and he's playing. So I think there's going to be no issue there. And then Saffold as well. Roger Saffold, he had an off-season injury. He was in a car accident and he had some rib damage. He's back and playing. I don't think they would put him in there starting if he wasn't already ramped up to go. So you just don't have to worry about Donald, but I think they're going to be doing some quick passes and and then I'm not too worried because Josh Allen's going to scramble out of most of the stuff anyways. He'll probably get a sack or so throughout the game, maybe one and a half, whatever they give it to him, like if a couple people come in, but I don't see it being much more than that. I don't think Josh Allen's going to get sacked more than twice this game, if that. Second matchup is going to be Cooper Kupp, the triple crown winner, versus our cornerbacks. I think he might see all the cornerbacks throughout this game. Mostly going to be on Taron Johnson because he runs the slot cornerback, but they're going to put Cooper Kupp everywhere. They're going to be testing our rookie cornerback, Elam, and I think that's going to get them in trouble. I can see Elam getting picked this game, or even Dane Jackson. Taron Johnson, one of them is going to get a pick when they're going against Cooper Kupp and they're trying to force it in there, because that's what Stafford had issues with last year. I think he's smart enough to learn from that, but I mean he's going to try to test our corners, and when you test him and then he gets burnt from it, then it's like no foul, no game, no foul. You have to try it, and if you get burnt by it, then just don't go back there again. Don't try to push it and force it at that point. And then third matchup is going to be the Bills D-line play going up against questionable Rams offensive line. They still have a good offensive line. It's just they had a major piece, Whitworth, retire last year. And then also they had the 2022 third-round pick, Logan Brass. The right guard got injured with an ACL injury in camp. Well, actually, I think it was just a week ago, maybe. So he's going to be out for the season. So I think he was going to be their starting right guard. Now they're having someone else come up. The fill-in, obviously, it's a fill-in type of league. So you have the backup of players to make sure that there's not an issue there. But it's hard when you lose the starting right guard, especially with our D line if it plays well. it's gonna be interesting to see how everything goes. And honestly, right now, I think it's really going to come down to, and the fourth key matchup is just in general, is going to be how the defenses play against the other offenses. I think what's gonna determine this game is going to be turnovers. I think whoever gets the most turnovers or an early turnover to get a quick lead is going to control the game and win it. So I'm hoping that's the Bills and it's Elam getting the pick off Stafford. That's the goal, anyways. Okay, let's get into the next topic. It's gonna be the big Thursday night parlay I have coming up. I have 7-leg parlay. There's gonna be 4. What do they call it? Sorry, I'm just making sure I got the wording right. Anytime touchdown scores. First one is Gabe Davis. He's gonna come in at a plus 145 odds. Not super high, but obviously I think he's gonna, without Ramsey on him, and I don't know too much of their secondary. They have a decent secondary, but I know they can't with Gabe Davis if he's not getting like the number 1 corner. They might get some like safety help against him, but it all depends if he proves himself early in the game or not, how they play him. So I think he's going to get enough targets, and he's definitely going to get a touchdown. Then we have Cooper Kupp. He came in at minus 150. Obviously, he's going to get the touchdown. The Bills defense can hold him back as best they can, but they're going to get scored on by it. There's no really holding him back from not scoring at all in the game. This is interesting when I put Zach Moss in there. When I did it, he was at plus 300. I checked again today. He's at plus 360. It makes me a little worried that he's going up, but I think we're going to get close enough down to the goal line, and then we're going to just have to punch in, and I think Zach Moss is going to get those targets. And then Cam Akers. He came in at a plus 110. I think same thing. They're going to get down towards the goal line at one point, and then Cam Akers they're going to have 4 downs to do it, and he's going to get in there one of the 4 downs. So those are the 4 guaranteed touchdowns that I have. Then I have some receiving props as well. First receiving prop I did was Dawson Knox for I took the over on the 33.5 yards, and that's a steal, I think, to me, because with everyone worried about Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, Isaiah McKenzie, with especially quick passes, that middle is going to be open, and I think Knox is going to kill it. I think he's going to get at least 50 yards this game, and that 33 yards is going to be easily beat. And then also Gabe Davis. I took his over on the 60.5 yards. It's definitely going to be an interesting turnout for that. I think he's just going to get so much targets with Diggs getting covered by Ramsey and he's probably get a big chunk play. I see Davis getting like a 35 to 50 yard pass this game. I think he's almost going to reach that 60 yards in one pass at this point, and then he's going to get more targets, like probably 8 to 10 targets for 8 this game at least. So I'm not worried about him getting those yards. I almost went with the running back receiving because I know they're going to be doing some quick passes. I think both Akers and Singletary, they were around 13.5 and 14.5 yards. Singletary was at 14.5 yards. I would easily take that over, but having everything like that hit is kind of hard. I guess during a 7 to a 9 leg parlay, if I was going to do another one, I would definitely pick those overs on the receiving. It's just tricky because if they get sacked in the backfield when they dump it off, or if they get tackled for like a loss when they do a quick dump off to try to not get sacked, then you lose yards on that. But I see them being involved in the passing game pretty heavily, to be honest. And then I have some rushing props as well on this. I have Devin Singletary on the over for 43.5 yards. I think that's an easy pick. But you know, to 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 whoever they're around, it all depends on what you want to choose at this point. I think he's gonna get around 60 to 80 yards on the ground because I think they're gonna a pretty 50-50 pack against this defense at this point. All in all, I put $5 down on that, and my winnings are going to be like 15-60 at this point. So if I win, definitely a big payday, and I'll definitely be doing a reaction to that. I'm hoping that video comes out, at least for helping myself with finances at that point. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to be having some upcoming videos. It's going to be let's see. I should be putting it out on Saturday. I have a 16 parlay bet with me putting unders, overs, just picking who's going to win by the spread and whatnot. I didn't go money line on any of them, so I either took the winner on the spread or did some under and overs throughout the 16 games, and those odds were ridiculous. But I'll have more on that later when I do that video. It's going to be a fun little thing to go through because I'll be doing probably that parlay bet, and then also I'm going to be putting another one in probably today or tomorrow for the Sunday night games. Kind of waiting for it to see if there's any injuries or anything like that coming up before I put any bets in. But just kind of because anytime touchdowns are super easy, and if I can get a 16, like those 10 plus games that I'll be playing on Sunday, I'll probably make it like a 10, probably 10 to 14 like parlay, just going off player props like receiving props, rushing props, and anytime touchdown receiving. Especially if you want to go big with those, you can even choose what's it called? Sorry, you can with that Titans game against the Giants. This could be interesting because honestly, you could even things like that. I might throw like a 2 for someone getting 2 touchdowns. So like Henry getting 2+ touchdowns. That'd be it. Not something that's going to happen, but it definitely could happen. High probability you're probably getting like a plus 900. But anyways, that'll end this video. Give a good go Bills, and I'll see you guys later.